Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are doing well. My name is Catherine, and today we are going over my most anticipated releases of the second half of 2021. So back in December, I had talked about some of the books that I was very excited that were coming out this year. Most books for the second half of the year hadn't really been announced yet, so I only really talked about the ones from January to June. So here we are with part 2 of that video. This is in no way all the books that I want to read that are coming out. This is just ones that are on the forefront of my mind. Either they are sequels or just books by authors that I really like, or just have really cool concepts. I will be going by genre, and within each genre I'll be going by release date. Some of these probably by the time this video goes up, because my release schedule, who knows what's going on with my video, I don't know. Some of these may already be out, in which case, awesome. But yeah, let's get into it. So first genre is romances. I really got into romances this year, so this is definitely a new genre on my radar. First and foremost, of course, is Bombshell by Sarah MacLean. This comes out August 24th. I am so excited for this book. It is about Cecily and Caleb, who we meet in a previous book of Sarah MacLean's, and I love them so much. I am so excited. They already have great banter, and I love that this is going to be a relationship where they already know each other and are familiar with each other. So I'm really excited to see how this works out. Yeah, I'm dying. I want it in my hands right now. Hi, Editing Catherine here, just to say that I ended up getting an arc of Bombshell. It is incredible. I already read it. Just absolutely amazing. Well worth the wait, and I'm so happy that I got that arc. Anyway, yeah, back to well put together, Catherine. Next is A Lot Like Adios by Alexis Daria. This is coming out on September 14th. Last year I read her previous book, You Had Me at Ola, and I really, really loved it. So I'm excited to read this second book of hers. It looks like it's a second chance childhood friends to lovers romance type situation, so I'm so excited. It sounds really cute. Lastly, in the romance category, I am so excited for All the Feels by Olivia Dade. This is the second book to Spoiler Alert, and it comes out October 26th. So this involves two side characters from Spoiler Alert. We have Alexander and Lauren, who again, love them already, so I'm so excited to see what happens in this book. And I just love Olivia Dade's writing. I already know it's going to be emotional. I'm probably going to cry. It'll be fine. I am looking forward to it. Next, let's jump over to the YA contemporary genre. On July 6th, we have Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson, who had written previously You Should See Me in a Crown, which I loved. I loved that book so much last year when I read it, so definitely excited to read this one. It's about two girls who meet at a music festival, so honestly, it just sounds like some really good summer vibes. I'm probably going to try and pick it up this summer as soon as it comes out, hopefully. So yeah, so excited for that. Next is Up All Night, which is an anthology. It involves 13 stories that take place between sunset and sunrise. It sounds so good. There's some of my favorite authors that are writing for this book. It comes out July 13th, and I cannot wait. As a night owl, as someone who is up all night a lot of the times, this just sounds like such a fun, and also it sounds like it could be emotional type of book, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. On July 20th, we have You and Me at the End of the World by Brianna Bourne. I haven't read anything by this author previously, but I read the synopsis and it sounds so good. It is a last two people on Earth type situation, which sounds wild. And also, I may or may not mostly want to read it for the cover, because the cover looks beautiful, just absolutely stunning. Obviously, there's a picture there, and it looks so good. Next is Big Boned by Joan Watson. This comes out September 21st. It sounds like a very typical YA contemporary, but I just love the cover. First of all, I think the cover art is gorgeous, and reading the synopsis, it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds really cute, like a cute romance. And I'll read basically anything with plus size rep because we need more of that in the world. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. On October 21st is one of my most anticipated releases maybe of all time, I don't know, and that is Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. This is the highly anticipated sequel to Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, one of my all-time favorite books. It's by Benjamin Alir Sayans. I just love his writing. It's so lyrical and so beautiful, and I cannot wait to read this book. I, again, just need it in my hands right now. I'm also very nervous because I love Aristotle and Dante. I love their relationship. I'm going to be really, really sad if something happens. Like, what if they break up? I don't know what I would do. Yeah, so I'll probably do a reading vlog when I'm reading that one because the first book is one of my just all-time favorites. So coming out on December 7th is If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Cale Dietrich. I actually already read the book and I really loved it. I got an arc of this book off of NetGalley and y'all are not ready. I talked about it in my June reading wrap up, so a link right there. Be sure to check that out. It's really good and I'm very excited for everyone to read it. I honestly was expecting it to be very like One Direction fanfiction-y because it's like about a boy band and these two guys in the band fall in love. But it's so much more than that and it is so good. Excellent. Finally, in YA Contemporaries, I of course have to include Here's to Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. This is the sequel to What If It's Us? It comes out on December 28th, and I am very, very excited. I really enjoyed the first book. I am excited to see what happens in this next one. And I'll just always read stuff by Becky Albertalli. She follows me on TikTok now. Which, like, why? I don't know. It makes me nervous to post any TikToks because Becky Albertalli might see it. But she's genuinely such a wonderful person. And I'm very excited to read her next book. Next, we are talking about YA Fantasies. First, we have Wings of Shadow by Nikki Palpretto. This comes out July 23rd. It is the third and final book in the Crown of Feather series. Have I read the second book? No. Am I still so excited to read the third book? Absolutely. I was kind of waiting for the third book to come out just so I could like binge read all three books in the series. I really love the first one. I'm excited to read the second one and I'm excited for this third one to come out. So yeah, that one is definitely happening very soon. This one is about Phoenix writers. There's a little bit of a 12th night situation happening in it, honestly. Girl disguising herself as a boy because sexism. There also is a beautiful, beautiful webtoon version of Crown of Feathers that you can see. And it is just, the artwork, stunning. So if you don't want to read the books, which like you should read the books because they're really good and you'll know what's going to happen, you should 100% read the webtoon because beautiful. On September 7th is The Last Legacy by Adrienne Young. This is like a spin-off book of Fable. Like it involves some other characters in the world of Fable, but it's a standalone and you don't have to have read Fable. It sounds like a really good time. I love Adrienne Young's writing. I love her world building and I really love the world that Fable takes place in. So I'm excited to see kind of different areas of the universe that isn't just through Fable's perspective. On September 14th, we have A Dark and Starless Forest by Sarah Hallowell. This is about a girl where her siblings start to go missing and she has to go into this forest that like no one really goes into because like it may be haunted. I don't know. Something about the forest. There's something creepy going on there. But she has to go into it to try and find out what happened to her siblings. It sounds really cool. Again, some just really neat YA fantasy, urban fantasy type situation. So I'm excited to read it. And again, cover stunning. Catherine, do you only read books for their covers? No, I totally read books for other reasons. It's always for the plot, always for the characters, has nothing to do with the covers. My next genre is retelling. So this involves like both adult and YA, so I kind of put them all together, but these are all retellings of like fairy tales, things like that. There's some of my favorite types of books. First is Half Sick of Shadows by Laura Sebastian. This comes out July 6th. It is a King Arthur retelling, and it involves the Lady of Shalott. I love the Lady of Shalott. Is it because I love Anna Green Gables and Anna Green Gables likes the Lady of Shalott? Maybe. I love the poem Lady of Shalott. I feel like she does not get enough representation in King Arthur retellings. I'm so excited to see what they've done with her story. Yeah, because I love her. She needs more love. I will go be Anne Shirley and almost drown in a boat to find my Gilbert Blythe while reciting Lady of Shalott. Anyway, moving on, we have So Many Beginnings, which is a Little Women remix by Bethany C. Morrow. This comes out September 7th, and it is a Little Women remix. It's called, like, the title is a Little Women remix, which is why I said it twice. Anyway, it's a retelling of Little Women. It still happens during Civil War era. However, it takes place on the Freedmen's Colony of Roanoke Island. So the March family is Black. So I'm very interested to see how that changes, like, their characters and everything taking place during Civil War era, but it's from a Black perspective. I'm excited to see this new take on it, and I think it's going to be really interesting. Coming out on November 2nd is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. This is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. I love Marissa Meyer's retellings. I loved the Lunar Chronicles, which are all fairy tale retellings. I think she just really is good at writing retellings. Also fantasy. I'm glad that she is going back into fantasy. I'm sorry, I did not like Instant Karma very much, which was her kind of exploration into Contemporaries. It still had some kind of fantasy elements, but I think she just really thrives in fantasy, so I'm excited to read this one. Coming out on November 16th is Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the sequel to These Violent Delights. I am so nervous about this book. These Violent Delights is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in 1920s Shanghai. If you don't know anything about Romeo and Juliet, you might not know why I'm nervous. Also, like, I'm kind of impressed if you don't know how Romeo and Juliet end. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm scared what is going to happen. We were left on a pretty big cliffhanger, so yeah. I am basically ready to cry. Finally, my final genre is some graphic novels. There's 2 graphic novels that I'm highly anticipating. The first being Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe. This comes out October 5th, and it is a book version of the webtoon Lore Olympus. It is a Hades and Persephone retelling. The artwork is just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so excited to own a physical copy of it so I can just flip through and read it. The second graphic novel, which I didn't even know was happening until very recently, it is a graphic novel version of Graceling by Kristen Kishore. I love the Graceling. Well, it was a trilogy. Now there's a 4th book that I haven't read yet. But I loved these books. So I'm so excited that there is going to be a graphic novel version. It is being illustrated by Gareth Hines, and it comes out November 16th. So there we go. Those are the majority of the books that I am anticipating for the second half of 2021. What are some books that you are looking forward to? Let me know down below so that I have more books that I can add to my list. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, bye!